Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, where we have a couple of small things to conclude here on this planet before we bug off somewhere else. So I don't think it matters much which order we do these things in. They're both one skull, pretty simple. It is worth noting that we're not in great shape here. The Urban Mech and both the Centurions are totally fine, but the Jenner has actually sustained considerable structural damage. You can see a lot of it across the front is kind of torn up. But I think we can get through 2 one skulls without having to actually go in for any repairs, and I'd really like to do things that way just for the sake of time efficiency. So let's go for the mission that pays a little bit better of the 2 that we're going to do, just in case we do end up in a situation where we don't get to do the other one. Our Capellan enemies are hiding restricted munitions in a series of warehouses used to distribute medical supplies. We would make a public accusation that they're hiding munitions in medical supplies, but that would reveal the source of our intel. Instead, we need you to go in and do what we cannot. Destroy the warehouses and look like you're destroying a bunch of medical supplies. Cool, let's just hope the intergalactic news doesn't pick it up and broadcast us as a bunch of terrorists. You know, listen, we're an MRB-certified mercenary company. Sometimes you get paid to do things you'd rather not be doing. So we only have 4 functional pilots right now. Crackle is absolutely terrible, and he has low spirits. I'm thinking maybe he ends up in the Urban Mech? No, probably not. We're just gonna have to be real careful with the Jenner, that's all. Yeah. Oh, I know. Many, many warnings. Everybody on board the ship is being like, are you sure? Are you absolutely certain we should put the Jenner out on the battlefield? I'm just saying, it kind of looks like it's going to fall apart at any moment. Parts of it are still on fire. There's a lot of electricity, just sparks everywhere. And here's the thing, this is part of our new battlefield camouflage. The point is you want to get people to underestimate your mechs, so you make it look like they're just absolute total garbage. Then people ignore it, they show you their back, and that's when you reveal that, yeah, your mech is garbage, but also it still has guns. It could work. It's just crazy enough to work. Darius notes that there's no way, actually, to verify that the story we're being told is true, and we might just be legitimately blowing up warehouses full of medical supplies. Oh well, mercenary work, you know? I imagine in this business, you learn not to ask too many questions pretty quickly. Alright, go up there, blow stuff up, assume that defenders will show up when it happens. Do we have an indication that there are turrets? I don't see any turret. Oh, no, there's a turret stand. Okay, there might be base defenses. I guess we'll find out here. Let's have the Jenner run forward first, see if we can get any readings here.
I'm there. Hey there.
In fact, several. More than one by a bunch. So it looks like there is a turret stand on top of this building. That's interesting. If we destroy the building, I wonder if it kills the turret. I don't think I've seen that before. So we're going to be a little bit more aggressive with the Centurions because we have to draw attention away from the Jenner. Also, it would be cool to be aggressive with the Urban Mech, but frankly, it's just not built for that. It's not really a way for you to do that.
Ready for orders.
Can we get you into... No firing range. Okay. We'll need somebody else to provide vision. Probably...
Ready to rock.
Boy, I don't know what we're going to do here. So the Jenner... what side's the tag gun on? Tag's on the right arm. So, okay, if we move the Jenner in such a way that we're showing the left side mostly. 2 mechs and a turret. Man, I think I'm just going to reserve down. The Jenner's in cover and it has 6 or 7 points of evasion. Probably nothing serious is going to happen to it. Here, we're going to take it down to 2. We'll act on 2 before the turret gets its turn. But I want to get the enemies to commit moves here a little bit.
Good to go.
Alright, so as things stand, if we run the thing in like this, we might have to put up with a single turret having a turn plus one of the things on 4 before the Jenner gets its turn. But I guess I'm making a bold assumption here that this is the only turret, which is maybe not safe to do.
Commander.
We could run you up, but you can't even get vision on that turret. That's annoying. You know what? Maybe we do this the safe way. The safe and cowardly way. We'll have the urban mech move up to, like, right here. Turret's just barely in range. How about there? Yeah, okay. Turret is still in sensor range here. Just give it one of these.
I've got a sensor lock.
Okay, it's a sniper turret. It is one we have to care about. I wonder if the factory that makes the stingers is on this planet. Just, it seems like it almost has to be, right? Okay, apparently I have a nice clean shot. I think I'm willing to spend UAC ammo here, but do we have to? If I hit with absolutely everything, we do 100 damage. But we assume that we're going to miss with, like, 2 of the missiles. That's still... No, that's insufficient. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw the UAC at him. We'll just give him everything. Not everything. Yeah, everything. I don't want to have to shoot it with anybody else. If I had turned off anything and the big weapons had missed, it would have been real bad. Okay, and then we can move up into position to have some vision of the enemies. And these mechs that move on 4 are going to be super evasive and also in guard mode probably. So that's not a thing I want to do, but we could do this. Try to get early vision of that vehicle and just blow it up before it can become a threat. Point one of our sides to him. Hey, look at that. It's a striker. Who would have guessed? Come on. Not too much damage to the sides. Okay, it has 12 health. Panther, and I didn't actually get vision of this. Panther is not what I'm super happy to see, frankly. Do I want to risk the Jenner to make sure that that vehicle goes down right now? Maybe not. This thing's at full armor. Some mechs are actually in a good state of repair. That's a shame. Panthers are actually relatively heavily armored for light mechs. Honestly, the Panther is probably one of the better lights. It feels really wrong not to do anything. But we also don't, like, we can have the striker get cleaned up by a single shot from a single one of Tyrefire's weapons while she does other stuff next turn. Maybe what I want to do is jump down here and blow up that vehicle with 2 shots before it gets a turn. Actually, I like that a lot better.
Engaging jump jet.
There's no reason this thing has to survive. And this does not leave the Jenner exposed to anyone. Okay, so they have an LRM turret. And another sniper turret somewhere. That was very lucky.
Come on, mech warriors! It's go time! Waiting for orders.
Oh, I was really hoping that the urban mech was going to be able to shoot at the Panther. Okay, we can. I mean, what are the odds I hit it from here? Honestly, they're not as bad as I would have thought. The urban mech's pretty tough, and it has bulwark. I'm going to do this.
Lifting off.
Let's commit and try to put some of these enemies down real fast. Okay, that's just an LRM Locust, so not super dangerous. I think I would prefer to work on this thing, and I might precision strike it. So that PPC is in the right arm. We're only going to do 60 damage maximum. Sorry, 48. I'm debating whether we just go center and try to soften it up, or whether we try to work the right arm off first. Probably we just go center. Let's just have a plan to kill it. Okay, that went completely the wrong place.
Damage minimal.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky with that Centurion so far.
Confirmed.
I think we're probably not going to do anything with the Jenner this turn. What I'm going to do is have the Jenner walk into the water.
I'm rolling.
We'll just bleed some heat off in this water, and then next turn we will rejoin the battle.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, so Tire Fire gets to... hold on, I probably want a slightly different angle than this. There we go. Unobstructed shot on the Panther.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Everything's going to the Panther except for the LRM-10, which is going to the Striker.
Uh-huh.
Wow, didn't even pierce the armor, jeez.
Knocked out a vehicle.
That multi-target is so useful. What an incredibly good skill. Alright, I'm gonna turn this mech and face a different side of the armor toward our enemies.
Engaging target.
Okay, we're starting to make damage.
Mech. Critical damage detected.
We are starting to make damage. Is that
Double
English?
lock on me.
Is that how English is done?
Skipper.
Alright, do we want Sourdough to try to put this thing on its ass? How much damage does the AC-10, or how much stability does the AC-10 do? 20? I don't actually know what the conversion is from damage to stability bar progress anymore, since they changed it so that different weight classes have different stability amounts. This is unlikely to do anything by itself. We could get lucky and hit the leg. I wonder if we should just lead with the Jenner now that it's rested up a little bit. Alright, I'm trying to disconnect from...
Confirmed.
There we go. That's what I wanted. We could jump you in and just put a bunch of damage out on it. Ooh, not really that much though, actually. I think I'm just gonna reserve down. We'll just let him hit us, and then we'll counterpunch. I wanna, yeah, mostly what I wanted was for him to walk forward a little bit. Alright, it sounds like the Locust just ran through part of their base, so I'd really like to applaud that pilot for doing some of my work for me.
What can I do for you?
Are we anywhere near punch range? Nah, the trees slow us down too much.
Hey, yup.
Okay, those guys having walked forward like that, we should have a much cleaner shot. This is going to be a little risky because the LRM turrets, but I'm hoping the evasion carries us through. And the tag is in the right side, right? Yeah, so we show our left side armor to the base.
Acknowledge.
Alright, nothing fancy, just have at 'em.
Here we go.
Waiting for orders. Yes, Commander.
I should probably, like, move first, I guess. See if we can get some evasion. Yeah, and this way I can get my small laser in on it as well.
Locking in all weapon systems.
Did I really... I missed with the autocannon. That's annoying.
What can I do for you?
I mean, it's gonna happen. What are you gonna do? But it's still annoying. Okay, so now I'm firing into this side. Actually, that's fine. Firing into the damage side is totally cool. I might even want a precision strike. Oh, I should back up. We're inside of LRM range. There we go. That's better. Continue angling the mech. This is an important skill. And I might even just go like this. Let's just try to blow off the torso right away so most of the damage goes through to the center. Yeah, it didn't work. I was hoping to not have anything hit the arm.
Critical damage detected.
Unfortunately, we had a bunch of wasted damage there. Oh, you're so close. Oh, and apparently I can't move into a position that attacks the right quadrant. That's wild. Move into a lot of positions that almost do.
You betcha.
Alright, let's give him everything we can give him without overheating.
Here we go. Gotcha.
Okay, we managed to get rid of him before we got hit by that particle cannon too many times. Okay, those evasion pips are doing some alright work.
For you.
Boy, I sure wish those bullets would miss in a way that was more obvious.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Really looks like they're all making contact. Can I get deep enough? Yes, I can. Boy, that AC-10 has basically no chance of hitting, though.
Ready to rock.
Maybe we just want to withdraw the Jenner. Jump back down here into the water again. It helps so much to have a big liquid cooling area. Okay, I do not want to lead with the urban mech. I want to lead with this guy. And in fact, we're just gonna play this up. I would love it if we could kill the Locust right now so the turrets don't have vision of us. Still managed to miss the autocannon.
Good to go. Got it. When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
Well, we should probably be able to pick this up with the urban mech now pretty easily. How much center health does it have? Oh yeah. In fact, we're going to let the autocannon reset here. We're going to do this with just a small laser.
Roger that.
Target destroyed.
A little bit of precision surgery.
Target neutralized.
Now remember, the turrets can still shoot at us because one of them... Oh, maybe not. I thought one of the turrets had sensor lock, but maybe that sensor lock was coming from somewhere else.
Orders.
Well, it feels like we should still try to deal with the turrets, though.
Jumping.
That should be a pretty easy pickup for the Centurions. You're just going to stay put another turn.
I got you.
Jenna runs
for orders.
really hot.
Uh-huh.
Alright, let's give this thing all of the LRMs, and then we can just put the UAC into a building somewhere. Doesn't really matter which one. Okay, never mind. Apparently that's still too hot.
Got it.
The LRM-10 would have been enough damage to put the turret down, but if we had just fired that and like 3 missiles had missed instead of the expected 2, Then we would have had to spend somebody else's whole entire turn shooting at it. It just seemed like a waste. I'm having a hell of a time hitting the broadside of this barn.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Alright,
Standing by.
wait,
Ready to
sorry,
rock.
I was trying to have this thing jump. I think I accidentally clicked on the urban mech.
Lifting off.
Okay, we don't need to fire the tag thing.
Affirmative.
Good to go.
The results we're seeing make total sense given the hit chances that we're seeing on the table here, but I really feel like our hit chance against stationary buildings should be higher.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The numbers we're seeing do not speak highly of our pilot's abilities. 128, yeah, that's put everything into a territory. Hold on, if I move forward a little bit, we might be able to get a slightly better range. There we go, that's a little more favorable.
Engaging target.
Good to go. On my way.
Okay, what can we safely put in here? Obviously, A doesn't really need to get hit with very much. Definitely can't run this.
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
The UAC-5 is such a gift. We got very lucky finding that so early.
We can do this. Let's
Yup.
Little bit closer. There we go.
I got you.
ready for orders. Firing.
It's time to bug out. Get to the LZ for extraction.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, well, apparently we are going to end up fighting this turret after all. Still overheating, huh? There we go.
Time to die! Bye-bye!
You know, even after all this time, all these hours of playing this game, it's still, like, every once in a while, it still just strikes me how extremely cool this is, and that was one of those moments, watching the missiles spiral toward the turret. Sorry, I'm leaving out the fun parts. Watching the missiles spiral out of the giant robot toward the turret. Just very good. That's some very good games. Actually, should we knock this turret out? Nah, what would be the point? Oh my god, it's gonna take the urban mech a dozen turns to get to the exit.
I hear ya. Sprinting!
Full throttle.
Alright, I'm hoping we can knock out this other mission as quickly, or maybe even quickly-er.
Yup.
Listen, we got places to be. Space places.
Double
I
time.
don't know where exactly, but we'll figure it out. And then we'll need to be there.
Commander.
I already did a little bit of figuring on what we're going to have to do to the mechs to get them back in working order, so a lot of that stuff is in the work queue already. Really just a matter of finding ourselves a new destination.
Standing by.
You know, if I destroyed that turret, it's possible that it would just end the mission immediately because there are no longer any hostiles.
Good to go.
Okay, and I think this Centurion is not technically inside the zone. You get a little deeper too. Okay, we're far enough away now that we're out of combat turns. Well, that was maybe like the smoothest and most successful mission we've run yet, honestly. Let's hope that those munitions really were in those buildings. Darius, that doesn't sound like our problem at this point. I know a lot of the time the mercenary company mechs like to run around with their symbols all emblazoned on their chests. You know, you want that publicity. You want people to see your mechs doing the thing. I'd like to hope that we had the wisdom to scrub our mechs before doing this. We can repaint them on the way to the next planet. Yeah, sure. Give me this. Wow, really nothing in terms of loot there. Like, that was shocking how much nothing that was. Alright, let's blaze through this other mission really quickly. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. Okay. What do they want us to do? Local government leadership has been taking an increasingly hard line against Capellan-affiliated corporate interests. Go forth. Destroy a base. Got it. I do love to destroy a thing. And again, assuming there's going to be little or no salvage that is worth caring about. I'll be sad when we're off of this jungle world and back to some place where the heat is brutal and the landscape is mostly flat and a single color. Alright, so this is not one where we need to defend anything. We just need to go forth and wreak havoc. Which is really the only thing these giant robots are good for. You could make giant robots for a variety of purposes, although, honestly, there's probably not any purpose for which it is most sensible to make them humanoid in shape. But these robots definitely have not been built to help with the harvest or anything. Alright, locate the enemy facility, raise it. Gotcha.
Ready for action, Commander.
There are 3 buildings we gotta blow up. Ooh, spore fields. So units standing in spore fields suffer an additional 20% damage when hit. Very, very bad. We kick up dust as you move through them, so you do make it less likely that you will get hit. But spore fields are very dangerous things. That said, I think they're only dangerous the turn you're actually standing in them, so we can afford to run through like this. I guess we're gonna just... Yeah, I guess we're gonna leave the urban mech in the spore field for a turn. That's fine. As long as nothing opens up the armor on our mechs, it's totally fine. Ooh, they have a Jenner of their own. Also, something over there that's moving on Initiative 3, and then something else that's on Initiative 1. Oh, that's a turret stand. Okay, that's the Initiative 1.
Skipper?
I really appreciate that this guy shot at me instead of doing anything that makes sense. I kind of want to do something like this. Let's take a good shot at removing this Jenner as quickly as possible and also expose the turret. It is a shredder turret. You know, one of those ones that has to die immediately. Maybe that's what we actually do then. We can shoot at the Jenner with other people. So we gotta hit it for 52 damage. I think we'll turn these off. This doesn't work if we miss with either of the lasers. We should probably turn the other laser back on for insurance.
Here we go.
It would have been a real shame to miss that. Another turret stand off in the distance. I mean, if we can kill the Jenner, then it doesn't really matter what that turret stand over there has on it. Okay, looks like we're going to be firing into the right arc no matter how we do this.
Target acquired.
Wow, that was a pretty damn good hit. Oh, a Phoenix Hawk. Ow. He got a similarly good hit.
Internal damage.
Fortunately, the left side doesn't carry any weapons for the urban mech, I don't think. Oh no, the laser is over there. Okay, that's not a big deal, though. Yeah, I'm definitely prioritizing the Jenner over everything else. Let's get in here and put this UAC to work.
Here we go! There's more where that came from.
It's just a little bit less center torso damage than we needed. But he doesn't move until 3 next turn, so we can let the urban mech finish him off. I'm going to have the other Centurion start in on this guy, I think. Boy, we do not have much of a shot. How are his weapons divided? Where's that laser? Okay, so we do want to be shooting at his right quadrant. I think I'm just going to jump in and take a pot shot. We have enough ammo on this thing that we can afford to take shots that don't necessarily do anything. Actually, we got really lucky there. That was way above expected value.
Critical damage detected.
Oof. Yeah, we need to deal with their vision. Okay, so whatever that turret is, it's short
Ready
range.
to rock.
Waiting for orders.
I think we want to try to have the urban mech finish off the Jenner here. Can I find a position? No, we can't jump far enough to find a position like on the other side of this. Alright, that being the case, I think we'll try to take it like that. That's only 60%. I don't like that. We gotta get a cleaner shot. Yeah, I don't love it. I think I'll go ahead and turn my left side toward him. I don't mind losing the left arm that much.
Target up. One less target.
Okay, somehow managed to miss the center torso and hit the side of the mech that was away from him.
Confirm.
The pilot only had 3 health, so that works. This is the sniper turret, right? We know that. So here, I could jump down into the water. Gives me an awful lot of evasion. Then we could really hammer this guy. I think I might go for this just because it lets me push his initiative down.
Engaging jump jet.
We're not going to get to fire everything. Yeah, but that'll work.
10-4. Critical hit.
Okay, very, very close.
Waiting for orders.
Should probably try to keep moving so that the turrets don't get me for free here. But it's tough. There's not a lot of spaces for me to move to that maintain my clean line of sight. I guess this'll work. Oh no, wait, I'm inside. No, you know what? I'm not moving. This is exactly where I need to be.
Engaging target. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
What can I do for you?
Alright, he has almost no weapon systems left.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
I think we have this under control.
Got it.
Kill confirmed, Commander.
And stay down.
And the turrets don't have any source of sensor lock, it looks like. Alright, let's move in such a way that I get vision from just the one turret. We're going to take these guys down one at a time.
I'm rolling.
And what can I shoot at you? Actually, shooting you with this loadout still causes me to lose heat. That's pretty handy.
Firing.
Turns out water cooling is pretty effective.
Tango is trash, Skipper.
Good to go.
Alright, can we get a sensor lock? Okay, if I move If I walk forward the maximum distance here, we could sensor lock this turret. It's not necessarily valuable, because we know it's short-ranged, but
I've got a sensor lock. Good to go.
we may as well kill them all. How much health does it have? Let me let the other Centurion do this. Yeah, with the low hit percentage we are seeing from being slightly outside of optimal range, it's probably the case that the 15 missiles weren't actually going to get the job done.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
What are your orders, Skipper? Acknowledged. Copy that.
I will not be surprised at all if it turns out that another Lance of Mechs shows up once we start destroying buildings, because as it stands, this has been way too easy.
Orders. Got it. Locked on.
Enemy structure is weakening.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I mean, I've talked a little bit about how the difficulty levels are not necessarily super indicative of anything, and this is like, you know, a part of that is that sometimes you do a mission and it turns out to be way easier than you expected instead of way harder.
Structure down. It's history.
Boy, I sure hope there aren't people in these things. I guess we're outside of combat now.
Copy that, Commander.
For some reason, we could not tell that the buildings were there.
Ready to rock.
Alright, it looks like it doesn't much matter which buildings I destroy, so let's just knock a couple of these over real fast and get out of here.
Yes, Commander. Locking on target. Target destroyed. Waiting for orders.
Alright, I have to imagine you can knock over a building by yourself.
Here we go!
Get your lance to the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
Nope, I guess that was it. Like I said, sometimes they are way easier than you expect. Alright, well, I think with that, we are done with our business here on Mandalis. We're done with our business here on whatever the hell this planet's called. Back up to about 2 million C-bills, which is a nice, comfortable cushion. Definitely have to run some repairs. We don't really need to be able to make another Jenner. Yeah, we should probably take the Phoenix Hawk salvage. I think that makes sense. Boy, there was almost nothing to even get there. One thing we could do with a completed Jenner is sell it. Completed, anything you sell goes back to the shop for a fraction of the price you would be charged for it. But even so, completed mechs can sell for a fair amount. Because as you saw last time we were at a populated system, completed mechs buy for a whole hell of a lot. Let's have a look at the store real quick before we leave. Is there anything here that we really want? I mean, we could buy individual parts of some pretty good mechs. Oh yeah, we do want this. I definitely want to have an LRM-20 launcher. We don't have a mech to put it on right now, but we will find one.
Available.
That said, oh, the SRM-6 Plus is also good.
New weapon systems available.
Nowhere near being able to afford the mortar. Okay, I think we're good here. Part of me really wants to buy this piece of a Victor, but tough to drop 1 million credits on a thing that we will only then have 20% of. Alright, so let's figure out where we're going. We're still headed in the general direction of those flashpoints up there. And 1.5 skulls seems to be working out pretty well. I would love to get to a point where we can take on the 2 skull missions that we see on these sometimes. So 16 days to a primitive research world. 23 days to a world with a moderate population, so probably some actual market. 22 days to Bellerophon. There is a black market here, but we won't have access to it, I don't think, because we're still negative with the pirates. I don't want to go too far out of our way. Like, we want to be heading generally north. Maybe we just fly straight to Aquagia? And from here we'll have pretty easy access to the flashpoints. Yeah, I think I like that. It's underpopulated, but there's been a lot of battles here, so I think we're more likely to find good mech salvage. Because a lot of garbage has been left on the world. Yeah, I like that. So 25 days. Let's get stuff in the repair calendar and all the other stuff we got to do. I don't think we want to make any system changes. I think we just want to get repairs on, so that's going to be only 14 days worth of work. Not too bad, all told. And in 25 days when we arrive, almost everybody will be ready for work again. Trampoline took a couple of real bad hits, so he's going to be on his ass for a while. But yeah, I think we're ready to just go ahead and move. I'm excited to get to the flashpoints. More than that, I'm excited to complete a mech or two finally.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
And I like this route because it takes us through 4 systems that we haven't been to yet. Just continue to add to our exploration points. I'm sure our score is still very, very bad. That's alright, we'll get there. I wonder how long it's going to be before we have a completed heavy mech.
Hey boss, we've just completed those upgrades.
Okay, this is what we can do with all the money we're saving up. So yeah, definitely going for the drive system upgrades. It's not even really that expensive.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Now, it's not quite as powerful of an upgrade as it looks, because it only reduces it only increases your speed during the sections where the ship is actually flying somewhere. So moments like this will take the same amount of time, because all we're really doing right here is waiting for the jump ships to charge up. Okay, I think we can afford to go extravagant for another month here.
Our nest egg is just about gone, Commander.
So up here at 32 morale, where's the tooltip? There we go. You will gain 0 resolve points per round of battle. That's not, okay, it's not, I was mousing over the low part of the bar. Here we go. 25 resolve points per round instead of 15. It turns out to be a big difference. Resolve is really, really important. I've been probably underutilizing the defensive skill that raises your initiative. That's really good, but obviously Precision Strike is also just tremendously valuable. After receiving a troubling message from Yang, you rush down to the mech bay. Yang pushes between a mob of mech warriors and mech techs engaged in a shoving match at the Centurion's feet. A message welded into the Centurion's torso reads, "No techs, no mechs. You depend on us." A scrawny mech tech with a black eye shoves a wrench at the mech jockeys to emphasize every word. "We deserve respect, and that means a raise." "Well, I'll give you what you deserve." Sourdough rushes forward, but Steamfitter and Yang pull her back from the tech. "We're the ones risking our necks." Yang raises his voice before anyone else can comment. "Alright, shut your traps, all of you. How do you want to handle this, boss?" Well, it does feel like we should pay the mech techs whatever it is that they need to be paid. First of all, I try to be a good employer, and secondly, if they were to mutiny on us, we would be dead in the water. Allocate year-end bonuses for both mech techs and mech warriors. This is a lot of money. I think we're gonna do the 500,000. This would drop us to a point where we could be in very dire straits if things go badly on this planet. Let's do this. Company gains a +4 tech point bonus for 30 days, and Sourdough has become rebellious. That's not great. Hey, the mech techs are right. You reach for the tool rack, taking a deep breath. We put our lives in your hands every time we mount up. You pull a blowtorch loose. We'll set aside a year-end bonus for your work, but let's clean up this mess first. Sourdough crosses her arms. Oh, you're letting them off easy. They're gonna keep messing with our mechs. A glimmer of paranoia enters her eyes. You fix Sourdough with a stern expression. Listen up, mech warrior. You get all the glory and the big paydays, and what do the mech techs get? Your mess and your crap. A jet of blue flame erupts from the torch in your hand. We're a team. Start acting like it. The mech techs return to their stations, setting up ladders and climbing the Centurion. Sourdough opens her mouth to dissent, but Steamfitter drags her down the hall. It turns out Steamfitter's the only smart pilot we have. Hours later, Yang reports in. Money talks, boss, and it looks like it told the mech techs to work their asses off. Don't expect any further demonstrations. I'm pretty bummed out about how bad this bonus is for us. Ah well, what are you gonna do? I was really expecting for 500,000 C-bills to get some morale or something, though.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Yep, and now everybody just gets to sit idle for several days.
We're almost completely out of cash.
I really do wish there was a way to turn off those messages from Darius, or even just, like, to have them limited to once per pay period. There's certainly no value in him telling me that more than once per journey. Like, I couldn't even stop us at this point. We're going where we're going.
Network orders complete, boss. Top-notch work, if I may say so.
So we get to Aquagia in 5 days, then 13 days beyond that, or 14 days beyond that, rather, we have a financial report. I'm gonna not do any repairs for a little while here. Let's see what kind of money we're gonna make at the new world, and then we'll figure out what we want to do next. An argument draws you into the mess hall. Steamfitter starts toward you, red-faced and scowling. Commander, I hate to bother you with this, but Sourdough is slacking off again. We were supposed to share garbage detail, but she... Share? You want me to share? Commander, this asshole is the reason we're on cleanup duty in the first place. He acts like he's my boss. Just last week, he filed 24 complaints with the XO and got us both put on garbage detail, and he did it over nothing. Hey, an infraction's an infraction, Steamfitter sneers. If you stop messing up, I'll stop reporting you. Maybe Steamfitter does kind of suck. Well, my guess is that if we just reprimand one of them, that person gets low spirits. If we address both Mech Warriors' shortcomings, it's also possible that they'll both just get low spirits. I'm gonna tell Steamfitter to knock it off. This is a waste of everybody's time. Oh, maybe I'm a little surprised by the outcome here. Listen, the XO put you both on garbage detail for a reason. Stop acting like you're Sourdough's boss. You narrow your eyes at Steamfitter. Nobody likes a snitch. Steamfitter throws up his hands in disbelief. What? So the rules don't matter? The rules help keep this outfit sane. But what you're doing is going to make everyone hate you. You're insulting the XO and me and the rest of the crew. You gesture to Sourdough. Do you want her to hesitate when your life is on the line? The heat in Steamfitter's cheeks dissipates. Message received, Commander. He turns to Sourdough, placing a hand on his chest. I'm sorry, let me handle the cleaning. I'm the reason you're in this mess in the first place. Okay, well. Sometimes a little bit of discipline helps, apparently.
We're nearly broke, Commander.
Literally 0 value in you telling me that again. Actually, kind of less than 0. I'm going to put you on mess duty.
We've arrived at our destination, Commander.
Alright, let's see what they got here. There's an awful lot of archer parts around. Maybe we should just start trying to buy up an archer. Ooh, part of a Cyclops. 1/5 of this mech is over 1 million C-bills. Okay, yeah, so a lot of interesting salvage. Ooh, what are these? Plus 20 melee stability damage, plus... Okay. There are a couple of different kinds of arm mod. Those ones are not super exciting. Usually you don't melee somebody for the stability damage so much as for the trying to punch a hole in them. And this reduces the damage that you do to yourself when you stomp somebody. That also doesn't seem great. The move just doesn't come up that often. Alright, let's have a look at the contracts. We're not going to do another one today, but let's at least get an idea of what lies ahead here. I'm hoping for either a lot of garbage or a couple of really lucrative ones. Or, you know, both. Both would be good. Okay, yep, hey, that's pretty lucrative. It does also look a little bit difficult. A couple of jobs for the pirates. Yeah, I'm real happy with these numbers. Out of curiosity, the ones that are not given to us by the pirates. Okay, one of them does target the pirates. The really valuable one does too. Okay, so almost everything here is against the pirates or by them. And the good news is we can take these jobs that are offered by the pirates and intentionally take low pay to increase the amount of positive rep we get on them. And then that can give us a cushion to take those other jobs. I would really like to get my pirate rep up instead of keeping it steady, but we may not actually have that option. Alright, and let's take a quick look in at our mech warriors as well here. Okay, Returned is building rapidly toward...
Training complete.
Rapidly toward heat venting, which I think is a very valuable thing for somebody to have. I don't know what I want to do with you, but get some more shooting accuracy.
Mech warrior training complete.
Good to go.
It's always good. Okay,
Standing
you've been
by.
injured for a long time, so have
Waiting
you.
for orders.
I don't know what we want to do with Sourdough. We could move Sourdough toward having Master Tactician, which obviously is very valuable. It's really nice for somebody on the team to have it. What does this pip do? Ooh, the first point of called shot bonus. This is actually super valuable. So this doesn't make your called shots any more likely to hit, but it does dramatically increase the chance of hitting the specific area that you target instead of other areas. If you have both levels of the called shot bonus, you actually get you can get very significant chance to like hit the enemy mech's head, which is super valuable. And you stop missing the important things altogether. I think we're gonna go this way with you.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Good to go.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Steamfitter is still building toward piloting. Tirefire is a long way off a breaching shot.
I hear ya.
Okay. Alright, well, I think, at the risk of running the episode a little bit short, I think that's probably a pretty good place for us to stop for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time on Monday to see if maybe we can finally successfully take down our first 2 skull. And we'll see you then.